In today's day and age, there are so many coaches selling so many different things. But what differentiates the ones that make money to the ones that don't? Well, in today's video, that's exactly what I'm going to be breaking down. For those of you that don't know, my name is Chris, and I'm an online consultant who helps coaches and info sellers to scale their offers online. Now, let's jump straight in. I've selected a few of the most recognizable people in their individual spaces, and I'm going to break down their attraction messaging, whether it's good, whether it's bad, and I'll be ranking them through this chart that you can see here based on what it is that they're doing and obviously the results that they're getting from it. So first and foremost, we have Mr. Sam Leeds. Now, Sam is an absolute monster in the property educational space, and it's not by coincidence. His stuff is actually really good. And I actually bought one of his programs. I spent nearly $4,000 just to learn how to invest into property. I did get a return on that investment, having 3 or 4 properties that I no longer have, but he knows what he's doing. And I can tell you from experience that he knows what he's doing because he sold me. So let's get straight into it. Sam uses what we call scarcity-based messaging. As you can see here, right? Why this generation can't afford houses that their parents could. And we can see the average salary, we can see the average house price, how the average salary has gone up by 10K, and you can see that the average house price definitely hasn't gone up in correlation to wages. Why this is so successful is because what he does is make people scared of what's going to happen if they don't take action. And more specifically, what's going to happen if they don't work with him. So his messaging is good. We can see that he's successful at what he does because he showcases his lifestyle, right? This is him, this is his son, he's driving a Lamborghini. It looks like he's in Dubai, I believe, based on this and the blue skies and the palm trees. And he's showcasing to his son, daddy buys houses. Now, what better feeling than being able to show your son and tell your son, not only that I'm super successful, but even just doing the school run in a car like this, being the cool kid that turns up in the Lamborghini drop top with his dad. This is something that most of the people that he's trying to target probably resonate with and would love to achieve themselves. He's providing multiple different pieces of value content, as you can see here.
UK housing market is broken. And once you understand how much it costs to build a house in the UK, it makes even less sense.
So he's providing value to his audience. And then finally, does his thing actually work? Is what he's selling successful for other people? Well, yes. His case studies are extremely strong. I took a teenager from broke to a homeowner in 7 days. This nurse makes 5K from rent to rent. And you can see a bunch. These are all bottom of funnel pieces of content that showcase what he does works and is helping people to achieve whatever goals they're trying to achieve within their property journey. So Sam's buyer specificity is good. I give this a 4 out of 10. His pain and belief activation is also extremely good. And his proof and authority engineering is also very good. Goss behind the camera, you're probably watching this right now. I would probably fill this in as well. I would give his proof and authority engineering a 5 out of 5 because honestly, there is so much of it. What's not actually shown here is that Sam actually has a podcast. And the only purpose of his podcast is to get his students on and showcase his wins. You can go and you can look that up. There are so many episodes. His shit works and he has a lot of successful students. So I think his proof and authority is top. For these reasons, I am going to place Mr. Samuel Leeds into A tier. Next up, we have the top G, Mr. Andrew Tate, who I'm sure a lot of you guys are familiar of. Now, Mr. Tate is one of the biggest people on the planet, is one of the most recognizable figures in the online space. At one stage, was the most Googled man on earth. But does he do everything he should be doing to actually translate that across into sales? What I will say, Tate is clearing 7 figures every single month through his online educational platform. And I don't. But there are definitely gaps that if filled, he could probably push those numbers much, much higher. And that's what I'm going to break down in the next couple of minutes. So first and foremost, he creates a want and a need for what it is that he sells, right? What he sells is get rich. He showcases through his lifestyle what it is that he's achieved. Now, what a lot of people don't actually understand is that Mr. Andrew Tate made the most of his money through online education, teaching people how to make money. He had some money, right? He was successful. He had the cars, he had a house, which is in Romania, by the way. It wasn't in Miami, it wasn't in LA, it wasn't in Dubai, it was in Romania. It's still a sick house that a lot of people won't get the chance to actually live in or ever purchase in their life. But he posts a top of funnel content to showcase his lifestyle, to show his audiences that what he has is something that they want, to build up that want and that need and that desire to work with him. Tate is probably one of the best at this, pain and belief activation. He's always talking about what's going to happen if you don't make money. He's always reminding you what's going to happen if you don't move. He's highlighting here that 130,000 people lost their job last year to AI.
You can still make, and the door is constantly closing. Every single day that goes by, it gets harder and harder to earn money. But I believe there's still about 2 years left where huge sums of money can be made before the...
So effectively what he's talking about here is that, similar to what we spoke about earlier with Sam, this is scarcity, right? You've got 2 years left. If you don't act now, the time frame for you to make the money that you want to make is getting smaller and smaller and smaller. So he's showcasing to people that they need to act, and they need to act now. So he's activating that pain and that belief system. He's trying to activate them mentally, right? And then here as well, you can see, will AI save most of the people? AI is firing people from their jobs. Time's running out. AI is going to take over. These are all things that most people know, but Tate is constantly using these things in his content to build that want, that need, to drive action, to take those people from where they are to effectively into his program. He's trying to drive that action of you need to get rich. Now, one thing we mentioned earlier is Tate's very well known. He's very recognizable. A lot of people know who he is. Right? We know that he's done well for himself. Supercars, watches, houses, travel. But when it comes to his actual education, I don't even know what he educates people on. And there are very limited case studies and proof of his students doing well on the Hustlers University testimonial. As you can see, there's 1, 2 stories, and they haven't been updated since 2024. I'm not saying there aren't testimonials. I'm not saying there aren't really good case studies. Like, his business is a monthly recurring business. People will leave if they're not making the money. I'm sure they're making money, but the proof and the case studies that he shows through socials is weak. If they were to post more content, more case studies, more breakdowns of clients, maybe Tate wouldn't be doing this himself, but maybe a CSM could do it. Maybe it could be a couple of Loom videos or screen recordings or something to showcase that what he's selling is actually working for people. So the buyer specificity is a 4 out of 5. The reason being, he's targeting young males trying to make money, trying to get away from the matrix, right? And I think that's pretty solid. His pain and belief activation for me is 5 out of 5. It's the best. He's telling everybody, you need to get rich and you need to get rich now. And I'm going to help you. The same way that me, my brother, my friend, this student did. You need to make money now. And Hustlers University is the way to do it. But as we mentioned, his proof and authority just through case studies and testimonials isn't as strong as it should be, in my opinion. So for that reason, we've given him a 3 out of 5. So for the reasons stated before, we're going to put Mr. Andrew Tate, as much as I love him, into B tier. Next, we have Mr. Sam Millsap. Now, I'll be honest, I don't really watch this guy. I don't follow this guy. I'm going off of what is it that I can see from an outside perspective looking in. And if some of you guys are struggling to scale your coaching business or just struggling to scale in general, there's probably a couple of things that he's doing that you're probably doing too, which is holding you back. First things first, obviously my guy's got the 74,000 pack and he looks like an absolute Greek god. Hats off, brother, you look great. But there's a few things that I'd change if I was in your position. First things first, we can see that he's got no clear bio. So he's an athlete manager at Rebirth, whatever that place is. And then he's got a bunch of brands that he's associated with, Code Sam. So it's affiliate as opposed to his actual program. And then he's selling peptides in the bio, Buy Peps. This is nowhere near as clear as I would like it to be. I think the Young LA and the Made by Throne code could be something that he dots through his content. I don't think it necessarily needs to be in his bio. If I was him, everything that I would do in my bio would be structured towards what it is that I sell, not my affiliate links. We can also see through his content, it's very, very top of funnel heavy. There is no belief shifting content. There is no pain being built up. There's no authority. It's just very much like, you know, peptides, lean, and just all around being a fitness dude, right? Showcasing his physique, his physique. It's very top of funnel heavy. And if you're trying to get attention, this is a great way to do it. But if you're only getting attention, it's extremely hard to translate that attention into paying customers. So buyer specificity, we're gonna give it a 2 out of 5 because there's no real call out to who it is that he's trying to help. He just says, these are my codes and this is where you can buy peptides. If it was something like helping men achieve their best versions of themselves with XYZ product or learn more, or we're speaking to somebody, right? But he's not. And in his content, it's very much just broad towards the fitness industry. There is no pain and belief activation because again, he's just showcasing the results that he's got for himself, basically how he looks, not necessarily speaking directly to someone and calling them out for if they don't use peptides or if they don't train, this is what's going to happen. Creating that pain, creating that belief, that restructuring that belief and shifting those beliefs, making people want to actually take action. And then the proof and authority engineering, again, he looks great, but where are the other people that have used your product and what are the results that they've got? We need to be showing this stuff when trying to mastering our attraction messaging. And for me, bottom of funnel, if I'm going to buy from somebody, I need to see bottom of funnel content. I need to see proof that there's other people just like me that were feeling the things that I'm feeling, that were stuck where I'm stuck, that invested into whatever it is this person's selling, and then got the outcome that I actually want. Once I see 1, 2, 3 of those videos, it's extremely hard for me not to take action, especially if I'm serious about achieving my goals. So for all of those reasons, I'm going to put Mr. Sam Millsap in C. Next, we have Mr. Hormozi, one of my favorite human beings on this planet, and I've never even met the guy. Let's break it down. Now with Mr. Hormozi, where do I start? First and foremost, let's just give this guy some props. I don't want to give away too much, but I'm just going to label him here as the GOAT, because in my opinion, I think he is the GOAT of marketing. I don't think there's anybody else in the game that is as good as him at what he does. There's a lot of people that hide behind fancy edits and cameras and team members and all of this good stuff, but he is the person, as you can see, like he's just stood on stage, just answering questions and fixing millionaires' problems like that. In 30 seconds. This guy is the guy. So let's break it down. First and foremost, Mr. Hormozi, his content split, value, value, and value. And as much as I would say to somebody starting out, that's not the way to go, everybody already knows who this guy is. So he can afford to just provide value, especially because the value he's providing is so broad. Somebody that is doing multiple 7 figures and 8 figures per year can still receive value from Mr. Hormozi. And somebody who's just starting out trying to make their first $5,000, $10,000 online can also take value from Mr. Hormozi. There are a few top of funnels that he puts in there where he does these sit down breakdowns with Layla, his wife, and they always do pretty well. He's also doing a couple of little trends, you know, this or that or whatever, but straight away, I mean, it's Hormozi. So everything that he touches pretty much turns to gold. That's not necessarily something that, you know, we all get to experience. He's worked extremely hard to get to that point, but he's everywhere, which kind of leads me on to my next point. You can see here, Hormozi, TikTok, 1.6. You can see here, X. It doesn't say the followers, but it's definitely high. We can see here, YouTube, 4 million. We can see here, Instagram, 4 million. We can see here, I don't even know what this platform is, LinkedIn, right? He is everywhere and he is constantly posting content. He outworks everybody else. I can't go through my phone and scroll through content for 10, 15 minutes without seeing his face. And that is because he is doing the work that everybody else doesn't want to do. And I don't think it's a coincidence that he made 120,000 bucks in 72 hours not too long ago. And again, coming back up, solving real problems. This is what he does. Building a $5 million business for a stranger in 42 minutes. Building a $1 million business for a stranger in 56 minutes. Just fix this. Step by step. He knows his shit. He's solving real-time problems for real people and documenting it. I could speak about Hormozi for hours and hours, but I'm not going to. I think you guys get and understand where I'm going with this. Buyer specificity, 5. Pain and belief activation, 5. Proof and authority engineering, 5. Clean sweep, Mr. Hormozi. If you see this, just drop me a DM, man. Let's go grab a steak or some shit. I don't think it's any shock to any of you guys watching right now, but I'm gonna place Mr. Hormozi as S tier. For me, the GOAT. Finally, we have Mr. Callum Carver. Let's break it down. Callum is an online consultant coach that helps freelancers to come out of the freelance life. Guys that have skill sets that provide services, but it's unpredictable, it's unscalable, and he comes in and basically helps them to fix that stuff. So first and foremost, he showcases his strong personal story, proving to people that he's done exactly what they're trying to achieve. Let's watch this video.
I signed my first client doing social media management for a restaurant in my area. At 18 years old, I lost all of those 5 clients that I had signed and started applying for jobs. Just before my 90th birthday, I hit my first $10,000 month and moved out of home. And fast forward to 22, I now make 7 figures a year in profit.
Showcasing that he's done it. Speaking to his people, right? Again, showing here, capped earners, speaking to them.
Do exactly that. Now, whenever you have a skill, you can make money from it in a matter of 2 ways. You can either go work a job and be paid what they determine that your skill is worth, or you can go out of your own way to find the people who pay you the most amount of money for it, the people who need your skill. Now, one of those options means that you're not in control of how much you make, yet the other one is. You decide how much your skill is worth and how much you should be paid for it. And this is the part.
I think we get the gist of it, right? He's speaking to people that are good at what they do, they have a skill, but they're capped with what they can earn. Okay? He's creating value content, solving real life problems for the people that he's trying to target. Then he's hitting pains, showing that he is the way out. What he's built, his program, is the way out of whatever problems and bottlenecks and just issues that his ICP are having. He's got hundreds of case studies. And again, this is just a case study. No skill to 10K a month, making this thing an easy solution. And he actually did a case study of himself, showcasing that he learned a skill and made his first 10K a month and documented it all. That is undeniable proof that somebody that already has the skills, definitely, if they wanted to work with him, could achieve their goal. So, congratulations, Mr. Callum Carver. Buyer specificity, 5. Pain and belief activation, I believe, could be stronger, and it can't be as strong as somebody like Tate or Mr. Hormozi, so that's why it's a 4. And then the proof and authority, it's there, it's 5. So with that being said, I am going to put Mr. Callum Carver over here in A tier. I hope you guys took value from this video. I'm making it my mission not only to hit 6-figure months, but document my journey along the way and drop source for you guys too. So if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe. Make sure you like this video if you like this video. If there's anything that you didn't agree with, or if there's anything that you want me to break down or rank in my next videos, just comment it down below. And if there's some of you guys that are interested in what it is that I actually do, interested in working with me, you can either play the video that comes up next, or you can hit the first link in the description, which will take you to book a call in my calendar. I'll see you guys in the next one. I'll see you guys at the top. Vamos!